Good morning, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to connect with me today for Coffee and the Word. That time each day that we take a look at God's Word and then we apply it to our lives so we can become a little more like Jesus today than we were yesterday. So grab that cup and let's get going. We're going to continue Josh Smith's concept of lifted by love. And yesterday we talked about love and lust. Smith begins as we continue that train of thought, and he says, "Now I do not bring up the topic of lust to shame you over your past or your present sin. For the majority of my high school years and college days, I struggled with sexual sin. I felt so much shame over how pornography seemed to have a death grip on my soul." 1 John chapter 2, verses 15 through 17 was a key passage for me during those years. I remember regularly crying over my sin and crying out to God on my knees, asking Him to not only forgive me, but to make me love Him more. After years of prayer, counseling, and being humbled by God, Smith says, I was healed. I no longer struggle with falling into lust as I once did. Why? Over time, he said, God taught me how love is better than lust. You see, every time you fall into lustful thoughts or actions, it's because you have believed a lie. This is the lie. The temporary pleasure of lust will bring you more pleasure than receiving God's love. This lie could not be further from the truth. Psalm 63, verse 3 proclaims that God's love is better than life. There's nothing in this world that is better than God's love. The pleasures of lust are temporary. God's love lasts forever. The pleasures of lust lead to broken human relationships. God's love allows you to be reconciled to Himself and others. The pleasures of lust can cause disease. God's love brings you healing. The pleasures of lust cause you to treat yourself and others like animals. God's love reminds you that everyone is made in His image. The pleasures of lust lead to brokenness. God's love leads to wholeness. When you experience how much better God's love is than lust, you'll stop falling into lust. The key to defeating the battle of sexual sin is not for you to try harder to be better. It is to receive and rest in the love of God. The more you do that, the more you will learn to love God back with every part of who you are. Today, you can begin to love God more than you love lust. Start with His love for you, and then work your way to loving Him and others too. And in time, your lust will be gone. Psalm 51 is a prayer David prayed after committing murder and adultery. Whether you are struggling with lust right now or not, take time to read that prayer and allow it to guide your life today. It's a powerful prayer. Be blessed and have a grace-filled day.